fools to challenge us.
The cool, earthy air rushes to the mine's entrance like a mountain's exhale, where once this was a hub of activity, filled with sounds of pickaxes and creaking mining carts.
All right then. The quartermaster said the search party tracked that engineer to here.
And then they all vanished.
Exactly. Let's see what we can find.
What do you want?
Lead on.
You got it.
Try to keep up.
That way?
Oh shit, the crown! They found us! I need help.
They killed one of our heroes.
No, don't die on me, will you?
Use some healing.
We need you.
Huh. A key.
Is that... Hey! Over here! Help us!
Yes?
As you can...
Tiara's breath. Thank you.
Who are you?
Captain Garrett Ryal, 8th Division of the Royal Army, stationed in Greykeep.
The search party.
What do you know about your captors?
To be honest, not much. They're former purity. That much you can tell by their robes. Their leader is someone named Kadma, but that's all we know.
Kadma, huh? Must be holed up somewhere else in the mine. How were you captured?
Those purity soldiers ambushed us in here. They must have been down here for a while. They knew the ins and outs of this place too well.
Sounds like rats.
They could have just killed you. Why did they take you prisoner?
I don't really know. When they locked us in here, they actually apologized.
Apologized?
Crazy, right? They've been feeding us too, but other than that, we've just been losing our minds in the dark.
What about the engineer? Is he here?
Marcus? How do you know about Marcus?
The quartermaster told me about the search. He thought the Wolf Guard could help.
The Wolf Guard? Then you're... Tiara's breath. They took him deeper into the mine, but that must have been, I guess, a week ago at least?
Then we need to keep moving.
Wait. Let us come with you. The rest of our unit is in here somewhere. And we want to get back at the bastards who did this to us.
It might be good to have some backup. All right, let's go.
Aye, Commander.
That way? Let me see.
What?
Keep it up.
For the light!
It must be done.
You got it.
Kadma, if you just let everyone go...
You know I can't do that.
That must be Marcus.
And the rest of the purity fugitives.
Soldiers? Help!
No, wait! Please, hear us out!
This way.
So I take it Dirk and Nolan are dead?
I think those are the least of your worries right now. Who are you? Why have you abducted all of these people?
Blazing fools. I'm Kadma, leader of what remains of Aeonir's faithful. And we didn't abduct anyone. We were only trying to keep our presence here a secret. When someone found out, we had no choice. The Crown still wants our heads, and we couldn't let them report us.
So you thought imprisoning them was the better alternative?
What else were we supposed to do?
How did you capture the engineer?
He stumbled into our camp. We didn't know who he was.
So you weren't after his military designs?
What? No! Why would we be? We have no use for them. When we found out he was part of the Royal Army, we knew it was only a matter of time before they sent people to look for him.
I told you to let us go, Kadma. We wouldn't have reported you.
I wish I could believe that.
If you were worried about people reporting you, why didn't you leave?
And go where? This mine has water, shelter. Out on the road, we're vulnerable. We might as well walk ourselves to the Greykeep gallows.
Why keep them as prisoners? Why didn't you just kill them?
Hasn't there been enough bloodshed? We don't want to kill anyone. The first person who found us, we panicked. We captured them and couldn't let them go after that. Of Of course, then someone came looking for her. And so on.
What do you mean by what remains of Aenir's faithful?
During the Purity War, a lot of people flocked to Rondar Lakane's banner, claiming they wanted to walk in the light. Liars. All of them. They wanted power, riches, or just the excuse to kill in the Allfather's name. We spit on their graves. We are the true believers, the true followers of Aenir's words. And thanks to the Crown's persecution of anyone involved with the Purity, we are the last ones left.
Don't let her fool you. True believers or not, they murdered and tortured people for the Purity. They're as guilty as any other Lakane fanatic.
Yes, we fought for the Purity. Not with joy, but with duty. You're a soldier. Surely you understand that when your leader gives an order, you follow without question. Wouldn't you?
Let me guess. You're also the Purity loyalists who ambushed the Wolfguard, aren't you? You killed Tahar.
What? Why on Io would we do that? We're trying to survive here, not give the Crown more reason to hunt us.
Cut the bullshit. You murdered Tahar to avenge Rondar Lakane. And then you thought you could get away with it by hiding out in this cave.
No! I didn't even know Tahar was dead. Yes, I know you probably think all ex-Purity are the same, but the last thing we want is more violence. All we ever wanted was to help spread the light of Aenir. Please, you have to believe me!
We'll see about that. But first, why should I believe anything you're saying?
Look, all we want is to be left alone. During the war, we were only following our faith. Our leaders pointed the way, and of course we accepted it as truth. We were tricked, misled. We left the Purity when we realized what they really were. But the Crown doesn't care. They want our heads simply because of our association. Can you blame us for wanting to live?
No, I can't. If you swear to Aenir that you'll stop this, I'll let you and your followers go.
You... what? Really?
General, you can't let them get away with this.
Everyone makes mistakes. Sometimes people deserve a second chance.
But what good is your word? How do we know we're not going to be picked up by some soldiers the moment we leave here?
I guess you'll just have to trust me.
Then I accept. On behalf of my people, I swear by the All-Father, we will put this behind us.
Then you're free to go. But if I hear about your group again, the Wolfguard will hunt you down.
You won't, I promise. May you walk in the light. And thank you.
Yes? On it.
Thanks for the rescue. I was starting to believe I'd never leave here. You know, I'm glad you let them go. Being stuck in here, I got to know them. I believe them.
Let's hope you're right, for all our sakes. Now make your way out of here. I'll see you back to Greykeep.
Will do. Thanks again, General.
Two days into your journey to Windwall, a storm at the Gate of Kings forces your cohort to a halt. You withdraw into a nearby village, where you wait for it to pass. On the fifth day, you arrive at the Hallett-Windwall border. According to your map, Dracot is near.
All right, this is it. The Surfacer's outpost should be just up ahead.
Dwarves fighting dwarves? This is absurd.
Well, maybe once we've recaptured the town, we can make sense of this.
What about the soldiers? Should we wait for them to catch up?
They'll be here within the hour. Let's use the time to get a picture of the situation first.
Understood.
So, what's the plan?
Sure.
Over here. Move in. What do we have here?
As you command. You're sure of this? Here we go.
Huh. Interesting.
All right.
By the Guardians, help! Someone help me!
Hear that?
Yes. Someone is in trouble. The voice came from on top of that cliff.
What now?
Undead! Look out!
They are tied to the energy spheres. You need to kill them when they're inside of the spheres.
Sounds like a plan. That way? All right, here goes nothing.
This is how it ends.
Try to keep up.
Attack! Patience, not yet.
I need help over here.
Die already.
Uh-huh. You asked for this.
You don't know who you're up against.
You got it. Huh. Interesting.
Iria, a question. That other Circle Mage, the Dream Weaver, she used to be an assassin before she joined Tahar, didn't she?
Iana? Yes.
So would you say she has changed? Has she become more human since the wars?
I don't know. She still has that thirst for violence, but she doesn't act upon it.
I see. Interesting.
Sure.
Lead on.
It must be done.
By the Guardians, help! Someone help me!
You're sure of this?
This better be good. Yes?
Arians, quills! That was close.
Who are you?
Ralph Mallory, Mage of the Greyfell University. And this man is... well, I don't know.
Can't he speak for himself?
That's the thing, he can't. Where do I start? I'm here on behalf of my master, who is studying dwarven burial sites. However, when I came here, I found this dwarf kneeling in front of the altar. He was, how should I say, empty, drained.
Your master studies dwarven burial sites? Why?
Why? To gain knowledge. This is what archaeology is all about, isn't it? To unravel the unknown, to shed light into the darkness.
I see. I assume by drained, you mean that he doesn't react to you?
He doesn't react to anything. His body works, his eyes contract, but there seems to be no sentience in him whatsoever. No soul.
Interesting.
Tell me more about this man's condition.
I would if I could. Frankly, I've never seen anything quite like it. His body is there, but his mind is just, well, gone.
Where did these corpses come from?
Well, when the dwarf didn't react to me, I tried some things to rekindle his aura. Then, all of a sudden, these undead crawled out of the earth. My guess is that my magic triggered a resurrection.
Where did these corpses...
My guess is that my magic...
Do you know anything about the conflict in Dracod?
You mean those Windholm dwarves who attacked the mining town? Yes, they are the reason I'm giving Dracod a wide berth. I'm here for the graves, not to meddle in dwarven politics.
Any idea who this man is? A hunter? A digger?
Judging by his clothes, I'd say he's a worker or a scout, but I doubt we'll find out.
You should go back. This is a war zone now.
Yes, I heard about that. The Dwarves. Look, why don't we join forces? Whatever you're here for, I think I can help. If not, at least allow me to express my gratitude. I have some coin to spare.
Wait. We can't just leave this man here. We should end his suffering.
You mean you want to kill him? But why?
I'm not sure about this, General. What if he wakes up?
It's an order. Sorry, but we don't need more company. And you don't owe us anything. Just make sure you get back to Greykeep safely.
Oh, well, that's noble of you. Then good luck with whatever it is you came here to do. Tiara, bless your travels.
What do you want?
This way. Yes.
Sure.
There. That must be the Surface Dwarves' outpost.
Yes, I'm on it.
General Erev, isn't it? What took you so long?
We got held back by a storm. Are you the leader?
Oh, I guess you could say that. Oi. I'm Haratir Oakenbreed, Mayor of Dracot. Former mayor, that is.
So the Windhelmers are still controlling the town?
Oi. Frankly, I'm at my wit's end. Dwarves fighting dwarves. This is just wrong. It's gotta have something to do with that sodding priest.
Priest?
Right. How would you know? The Windhelmers have shut themselves off since King Rorik's death. Apparently a former priest of Nihaf seized power. Arrakis.
Doesn't King Rorik have a son?
Oi, he does. A useless dandy, more concerned with the latest beard fashion than politics. If this Arrakis is even half as ruthless as his goons, I doubt the prince was much of an obstacle to him.
What do you know about this priest?
Not much, I'm afraid. I tried to reach out to my brother who still lives in Windholm, but I haven't heard back yet. Frankly, I'm a bit worried. If we manage to capture one of the attackers, maybe we can interrogate him.
Good idea. All right, let's talk tactics. How do we reconquer the town?
Well, I'd suggest brute force. But there's a little problem we'll have to solve first. The barrier at the Aqueduct. Briefly put, the Windhelmers had their Earthshapers cast some sort of magical barrier over the only passage into the valley. We're stuck on this side.
Earthshapers?
Dwarven mages. They have the power to control earth and rocks as an elementalist controls ice and fire. Iskrim, the Circle Mage, is one of them.
You heard the lady.
We need to find a way through if we're to retake Dracot.
Aye, we do. But right now, this sorry excuse for an outpost couldn't withstand a horde of rabbits. In other words, we should reinforce this place before we take any action. You brought soldiers and craftsmen, didn't you?
A few as backup for your men, yes. They should be here any minute.
Grand. Since I'm no commander, how about you giving us a hand reinforcing this place? My friend Egrim, that pale lad over there, can give you a hand with that. Let him know that you'll handle things from here. And take a look at that barrier if you want to. We'll talk tactics once you've gotten this place into shape.
I'm here.
Are you Egrim?
That's me. I saw you talk to Haratir. Does that mean you're the general the Queen promised us? Where are the troops? No offense, but I expected something with a little more
General Erev!
Corporal, just in time.
Well, that answers my question.
Mayor Heretier said that our workers and yours should join together to reinforce the outpost.
Ah, I see. Aye, I can do that. Best we start with that old trading post over there. With your help, we could turn it into our base of operations.
Sounds good. Corporal, send in the workers.
Will do.
Waiting your orders.
Yes?
Hey? Hmm?
I'm listening. What's this?
Let's get to it.
Make it good.
Get ready!
Yes?
No one lives forever.
Finally, action. I will follow.
Sounds like a plan. Fair enough. Let's do this. I'll take a look.
Huh. Interesting.
Lead on. There we have it. The only way into the valley, blocked.
Hey, you there! What are you doing here?
Who's she? Let's find out.
Wolfguard. Been a while since I've seen that crest. Let me guess, you're here because of the Windholmers.
We are. Who are you? And what are you doing out here?
Kurga Dwalmir. And I'm here to admire that lovely piece of dwarven engineering. Just like you, I'd wager.
What can you tell us about it?
You mean other than the fact that this whole situation is a Nihal forsaken mess? All I know is that the mad Windholmers put this barrier here. Probably because they don't want anyone behind this wall while they're busy ransacking Dracot.
Fire up the ovens! We need more charcoal!
Any idea how to get through?
Well, I'm no Earthshaper, but I do know that a barrier like that requires a device to sustain it. A little dwarven engineering, if you will. Get rid of that device, and the barrier comes down.
Any idea why the Windholmers are even here? Why did they attack Dracot?
Darlin, I have no idea. But it might have to do with that Arrakis fellow in Windholm. Word has it he's done little else than instigate the people in the past few months. And maybe this is the result.
Well, so long.
So long.
All right, give me a second.
The outpost is complete. We've expanded our borders. Our reserve of stone is low.
All right. We've reinforced the outpost. What now?
Now, we deal with the barrier. Have you taken a look at it yet?
Actually, yes. We met a dwarven woman there.
Kurga?
That was her name, yes.
Oi, that sounds just like her. See, Kurga is more than just some hermit. She's a former engineer of the Bastion, and a damn fine weapon and runesmith. He used to put some of the best smiths back in Windholm to shame. Now, if we could somehow convince her to fire up that forge of hers again, and fashion a couple of runestones for us, we could do something about that barrier. Because, believe it or not, some of my men here actually used to be Earthshapers, and could use Kurga's runestones to dispel the barrier. You follow?
You want me to convince Kurga to fashion runestones for your Earthshapers?
So that they use their magic to bring down the barrier. Exactly.
Why do you need me for this? Can't you talk to Kurga yourself?
Well, it's complicated. Suffice it to say that Kurga and I have a bit of a history together. Also, your word as the General of the Wolf Guard carries a lot more weight than mine.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
That's all I'm asking for. Good luck.
What is it?
You got it.
Really?
Stay close.
I'm ready.
Back again, Wolfguard.
So, Haratir told me you're a former engineer.
Aye. What else did he tell you?
That you could equip his Earthshapers with runestones, so they can bring down the barrier.
Darling, even if I fashioned them the best runestones on Io, the buffoons would sooner blow themselves up than dispel that barrier. So, short answer, no. Not going to happen.
They can't be that incompetent. Why don't you want to help them?
Because Haratir is involved, that's why. He can beg and grovel and send as many Nortandian generals as he likes. It's just not going to happen. Tough titty, said the kitty.
What happened between you two?
Oh, before or after he told me that he loved me, swore the Granite oath, lived off my savings for a year, and then ran off with some young elven wench.
Ouch. You realize that there are lives at stake here, don't you?
Look, I know you mean well. But aside from the fact that I enjoy seeing fate finally getting back at that bloody ox, I'm not that keen on stirring up trouble with the Windholmers. I know better than to pick a fight with the Bastion.
We finished researching a new technology.
You wouldn't be over here if you didn't want to help.
Well, I guess you have a point. All right. For starters, I have a better idea than handing magical explosives to a bunch of nitwits. I told you that barrier is a result of some lovely dwarven engineering, didn't I? Well, thankfully, I'm at your disposal. I'll destroy that device they have set up and dispel the barrier myself. Then I don't have to deal with Haratir, and you can go retake the town. Everyone wins.
Why didn't you suggest this earlier?
Because I didn't want trouble with the Windholmers, that's why. Now, are we doing this or what?
Do it then.
Lovely. Stand back.
What is it?
Ow.
What happened?
The barrier must have had some kind of defensive mechanism. I'd need some sort of protection in order to... By knee half. It just had to be Haratir's men, didn't it? All right. As much as I hate to say it, it looks like we need those Earthshapers after all. They can use a protection spell while I take care of that device. I'll get Haratir's men outfitted with the runestones they need. No guarantee that the buffoons won't try to eat them instead of use them, but that's the best I can do without better materials. Also, since this might take a while, there's something else you could help me with, but that's up to you. It involves trolls.
Are there lots of women in the Bastion?
No. One of the reasons I left that shit pile behind me, frankly. No matter how good my work was or how committed I was in the army, every day some nitwit comrade came up with a new joke, suggesting that I'd be better fit crafting soup ladles than crossbows. And it's not as though I didn't know what I was getting into. When I told my mother of my plans to join the Bastion, she warned me that I was in for a rough time. Of course, I brushed it off as nonsense. But anyway, let's not go there. It's ancient history now.
What exactly happened between you and Haratir?
Never mind.
What can Earthshapers do exactly?
Protect. While on the march, they're very vulnerable. But once they draw their rune circle, they can really turn the tide of battle. They're immobile while they cast their magic, but their magic protects everyone in their vicinity. Pretty handy in a fight. Or, like we have here, dealing with the consequences of idiotic dwarven squabbles.
You said something about trolls.
Aye. There are some in the caves a few steps east of here. I've been meaning to deal with them on my own, but let's face it, I'm not all that young anymore. Long story short, it's in both of our best interests to get rid of them. All this ruckus at the Aqueduct probably woke them. And we don't need angry trolls rampaging through our base while you're busy reconquering Dracot.
All right. I'll take care of it. You mentioned you could do more for Heritier's Earthshapers with better materials. What kind of improvements are you talking about?
Well, if we had a proper forge and some iron, I could give them a dandy little upgrade. I'm sure the troops would appreciate the extra sense of security as well. Your call, though. They should be up to the task, as is.
A forge and some iron, huh? I'll see what I can do.
You do that.
That way? Sure.
This way.
Sure.
We finished researching a new technology.
This is it.
Lead on.
Good work.
Sounds like a plan.
Our reserve of stone is low.
Yes.
Huh. Interesting.
Where do you need us?
Keep it up.
Consider it done.
We finished researching a new technology.
Good. I think that was all of them. Let's tell Kurga.
Our warriors are starving. We need more food.
Go ahead.
What now?
Over here.
Anything you need?
I took care of those trolls.
You did? Grand. If anything tears down me hut now, it'll be a bunch of crazy Windholmers, not a furious troll. Here, you earned yourself this. Thanks again.
Okay, the Earthshapers are ready. Let's give it another try.
All right. Just give them the order to cast their protection spell over me. Let's hope this whole thing doesn't end up in flames. Now, on my mark. 3, 2, 1.
Well, I'll be damned. You did it. Grand, General. Grand.
Thank Kurga and the Earthshapers. Now we can move back into the valley and retake the town.
Right. And send those buggers back into the mountains where they belong. Not an easy task. According to the scouts, the Windholmers didn't just dig into Dracot when they pushed us out. They also spread out over the whole area. Defensive outposts, in other words. Lots of them, And of course, that means they'll have scouting troops patrolling the area too. Even with your support, I doubt they'd hesitate to teach us a lesson. The scouts also mentioned they noticed several new defensive towers spread out all over. That'll be a pain. It's a long road to Dracot, General, but I know you'll get us there.
Aye, General?
What is it?
Anything you need?
Is there anything else we can do to help our plan?
Aye, there is. Long story short, I had been working on some special schematics shortly before I left the Bastion. If you help me get my hands on some moon silver, I might be able to tinker with your troops' equipment a little.
All right. Any idea where I can find some?
Well, most of it is in Dracot, but there's an old mining post up north that might still have some in their storage. Last I heard, some bandits had taken it over, but who knows now with the Windholmers. Still, that's your best bet.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. So long.
Aye.
Yes? What's this?
Bottom line, we're in for a rough time, but so are they.
Now that we've removed the barricade, do you think the Windholmers will launch a counterattack?
They might, but judging from how they've acted thus far, I think they'll dig themselves in instead and wait for us to take the first step. That's both a blessing and a curse. It gives us time to carefully plan our attack, but we will have to blast our way through a ton of defenses.
True. No matter how well we fight, this will be a bloody battle. Can you think of anything that will help us make the battle easier?
I'm afraid not. Wait. Of course. The tunnel.
Enlighten us.
There's an old mining shaft east of here. Now, I might be wrong, but I think it leads into the Dracot outskirts. You could take a small troop and clear the tunnels for our workers. Then they could stabilize it and we could send the rest of our forces through, right behind enemy lines. It's a risk for you, but it might save us a lot of lives.
Good idea. Well then, let's get to it. We'll free Dracot and find out what in blazes is going on in Windholm.
Your word in Nihalf's ear. Just keep in mind that it's fathers and sons you'll be sending into battle, will you? They trust me, and I trust you, so let's not let them down.
I won't. Their lives are worth as much as mine.
Thank you for saying that. I mean it. Nihalf, guide your sword, General.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Is that the best you can do? Pathetic!
Consider it done.
Building completed. We have no more room for troops. We need to improve our outposts.
One step closer to victory.
The outpost is complete. We've expanded our borders.
Sure.
Stay close.
You'll find just what you need. Come again.
Out of the way. It must be done.
Watch for its arms!
Let me see.
Huh. Interesting.
As you walk further into the dark passage, the air grows still and stale, a stark contrast to the bracing autumn breeze you just left behind. You cough as you get a lungful of mold and decay, when at last the passage opens into a cavernous hall.
All right.
That way?
A living being. At last.
Are you?
I've waited 300 years for this moment. Come, join me.
Consider it done. Yes?
I will follow.
Move in. It's them or us.
Get ready!
Lead on then. Iria? I've been wondering. Do you ever feel a sense of estrangement? A feeling as though you don't belong anywhere?
Do you mind if we discuss this later?
Of course.
Got it.
Really?
Send them back to the grave!
I'll take a look. You got it.
Take them out!
Let's be quick.
Attack!
All right, here goes nothing.
You don't know who you're up against.
Sure.
What do we have here?
Get ready!
Lead on then.
Sounds like a plan. Here we go.
This is it. I need help. Yes.
That way? Fair enough. Let's do this. go.
I need
They killed one of our heroes.
Now, don't die on me, will you? We need you. Now, don't die on me, will you? We need you.
I will follow.
Try to keep up.
Here we go.
So it must be.
Die already.
To challenge us.
I could use some healing.
This better be good.
This way. Lead on.
Sounds like a plan.
Don't let your guard down! Move in.
Take them out!
Sure.
Huh. Interesting.
Consider it done.
Sure.
What Pilskin want?
You got it.
All right. It must be done.
Let me see.
Send them back to the grave!
Dial down. You're up against it.
That must be the body of the spirit. We should find something to burn it.
Get ready.
That must be the body. We should find something to burn it.
Sure.
As you command. Huh. Interesting.
Sounds like a plan.
What's this? What do we have here?
Nothing better than a lung full of fresh air.
Let's give the miners the signal so they can start digging.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
What do you need?
That way?
Try to keep up.
You're sure of this? All right.
Let's get to work.
Understood. We have no more room for troops. We need to improve our outposts.
I'm always looking. Where are they? This armor was not meant for running.
I'm here.
Aye?
Building completed.
Perfect. The Windholmers are in for a surprise.
Building completed. Our reserve of stone is low.
Yes.
All right, here goes nothing.
Where do you need us?
Let's be quick.
Is that the best you can do?
What do you want?
Get ready.
What is it?
Attack!
Go ahead. One step closer to victory.
The outpost is complete. We've expanded our borders.
I am ready.
We have no more room for troops. We need to improve our outposts.
Keep it up.
Sure.
It must be done.
Is that that the best you can do?
Eat them now! Die already.
Consider it done.
Finally, some action.
We're under attack!
What is it?
It's them
This
or
is it.
us. What now?
Out of the way. Got it.
Their crimes end here!
I'll take a look.
That's one hell of a lock. Let's see. I'm listening. Over here.
Where do you need me? The outpost is complete. We've expanded our borders. Aye?
Yes.
Lead
I
on.
will follow.
Sure.
Lead on.
Here we go.
Bring them down!
No one lives forever.
Neo protects us.
It's them or us.
Move in.
They're fools to challenge us.
I'm always looking.
Die already.
Where's Golda upstairs?
That was all of them. Quick now. Let's go secure the town.
The outpost is complete. We've expanded our borders.
Huh.
Anything you need?
I found some moon silver. Here.
Grand. That's not much, though. You tell me which schematic to use it for, all right?
Let me see.
I'm ready.
Make it good.
You got it.
Here we go. I will follow.
Out of the way.
You there? Help us! Get us out of here!
I'll take a look.
Wolfguard?
Scheiben! You must be the one responsible for that battle out there, aren't you? Are they gone?
Yes. I'm guessing you're miners? Do you know if these dwarves have a leader?
Oh, yes, they do. He's the one who ordered to lock us in here and then turned tail when he heard the battle. I suppose you have a score to settle with him too, don't you? Can you get us out of here once you have? He probably still has the key to this cage.
I'll see what I can do. Hang tight.
Try to keep up.
Sure.
Lead on.
That way?
All right, I'm going.
Just like Dracot, the mine is in a state of ruin. Carefully stacked ore chests and barrels have been broken open and plundered. Shovels and pickaxes lie scattered on the ground.
Yes.
You!
Yes, General. Me. I have to hand it to you. For a gravel eater, you're fucking tenacious.
Gravel Eater! Gravel Eater! Why do you keep calling us that?
Because that's what you and these beardless surface dwellers really are. Gravel. Brittle stone that couldn't withstand a child's fist.
Says the man who fled the battlefield to hide in a mine.
Oh, I didn't flee. You're right where I want you.
All right, we want answers. What's the meaning of this? Why are you attacking your own kind? And who in blazes is Ericus?
So you've heard. Fine, I'll tell you. Ericus, he is the one who will restore our kingdom to its former glory.
Restore? Windholm is better off than it has been in centuries.
Materially, maybe. Not as a people. We've become weak. Dwarves who live in the sunlight, who mingle with surface folk and defile our blood. Men who don't know which end of an axe to hold. If things don't change, our people will soon be no more than a bunch of degenerates living under the thumbs of their wenches and human masters. An empire of weaklings. Of gravel eaters. Ericus reminded us of what we once were. The Granite Sons. Men like stone. Powerful, impregnable, everlasting.
Whoever Ericus is, King Rorik's son is the rightful heir to the throne. What did you do to him?
Oh, don't worry. We didn't kill him. He's a sissy who likes to surround himself with gravel eaters such as yourself. But he still has royal blood in him. Suffice it to say that he's currently undergoing a bit of re-education.
And dumb as a rock? Damn it, are you even listening to yourself? You sound like a fanatic.
Why don't you repeat that after I crush your teeth with this axe right here?
But how does Moonsilver fit into all this? That is why you're here, isn't it? The same reason why you raided our caravan.
You learn fast, Gravel Eater. Aye. This is about the Moonsilver. For a monument, to be more precise. A symbol of this new era. But enough talking. Let's finish what we started last time.
All right. This way.
What in the blazes?
Move!
Sure.
Sounds like a plan. You got it. Let me see. That way?
One lives forever.
Now, charge!
Fair enough. Let's do this. Uh-huh.
Is that all? Is that all? Now, charge!
I need help.
Again, move!
I need help.
You're sure? Then stay close.
Sure.
Take them out!
I will follow.
Lead on then. Consider it done.
You're next.
Oh, you'll regret that. Well fought, human.
Boy, Tahar. Rugrim. What's the meaning of this?
Oh, well. Here he comes.
You know this man?
That's my brother, goddammit. Rugrim, what in blazes is the meaning of this?
Get away from me. You're a gravel eater just like them. Or did you think I forgot about that elf you mingled with?
What?
This man is the leader of the Windholm Dwarves, Haratir. He led the attack on your town.
What? But...
Gravel no longer. We are of granite, human. Mark my words. We'll take back what's ours.
A teleport rune. Bloody coward.
I don't know what to say.
You had no idea your brother was behind this?
No. He wasn't even in the Bastion. I mean, we didn't speak for a while, but this? I had no idea.
Well, it's over. Dracot is free.
Aye. But at what cost? Did you at least get the information you came here for? Why are they doing this?
It's a long story.
So, what's the plan?
This is madness. This is just madness.
Will you be able to defend Dracot in case the Windholmers send reinforcements?
Aye, with your troops, we should. Also, I don't think I'll come back. They've plundered our entire Moon Silver stash. Dracot is ruined. But at least we're safe now.
How do you feel about all this? Ericus, the Sons of Granite, the Gravel Eaters.
What do you think? It's terrible. I can't believe our people would fall for a hate-monger like this. But give me some time to gather my thoughts first. All this, it's a lot to take in.
Well, I don't think there's much more the Wolfguard can do. Dracot is free, and we got the information we wanted. Unless we can assist you with anything else, we should prepare for our journey back to Greyfell now.
We'll manage. Safe travels, General. And thank you. I wish things would have turned out differently, but you saved the town, and that's what matters.
All right, let's go back up and prepare for the journey home.
Yeah. Though we might want to free those prisoners back in the town first.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a plan.
Really?
The stretch of land between the border of Hallett and the rugged mountain home of the Dwarves is known as the Windwall Outskirts. The mining towns in this region serve as vital trading hubs, with traders coming from all across Fjord.
You got it.
This better be good.
You're free to go. But first, I have some questions. What happened in Leonon? How did you escape?
It was a nightmare. One minute the soldiers were liberating us from those elves. The next they were torching our homes, cutting people down. We found an opening in the village wall and ran into the woods, never looked back.
How did you end up as prisoners here?
Well, after we escaped, we kept on the move. We feared the crown would come after us. Eventually, we found ourselves here. The townspeople were kind enough to take us in. Then those other dwarves showed up. We thought it was Leonon all over again.
I'm looking for information about a woman named Jerfina.
Jerfina?
You know her?
Yes, of course. She's the reason we're alive.
Did you meet her in the village?
Yeah, she'd come round now and then, tend to any sick and injured. Poor girl. She shouldn't have stayed.
What happened to her?
I don't know, I'm sorry. She realized before anyone else that the soldiers weren't there to save us. She convinced us to run. Blazes, we would have been too worried about our belongings if not for her.
She didn't go with you?
No, she stayed behind to help others escape. If you find Daniel, you could ask him. He's the last one who saw her.
Is he another survivor?
Yes. Bloodburn took his mother. Soldiers took the rest of his family.
He's not here?
He ran off when the Windhomers started rounding everyone up. He's a smart lad. Probably hid somewhere to avoid capture.
Okay, I'll find him. Farewell.
Wait, Wolfguard. I don't know why you care about Jerfina, but you should know she was a good person. Kind. But even if she did manage to escape, she wouldn't have had long. She had the early symptoms of the blood burn.
I see. Thank you for telling me. That's all for now.
All right.
Sure.
That way?
This is how it ends.
Decide. Now.
Yes.
Tell me, Wraith. At that first audience with the Queen, you said that you saw Tahar's disease coming. Why?
As I said, because there's only so much a mind can take. Tahar was troubled, Iria. When your own father is a madman who tries to kill you, what do you expect? These kind of things, they leave a mark on you. Some people can beat it, some can't.
So you're saying Tahar was weak?
No, just human.
That storage looks like it would be a good hiding place.
Yes. Let's take a look. Keep it up. Locked. Daniel, are you in there?
Who are you? How do you know my name?
I'm General Erev. The Windholm Dwarves have been dealt with. It's safe to come out now.
Royals? Blazes. Okay, I'll unlock the door. I can't remember how long I was in there. So, you're a general, huh? The others, are they...
They're fine. The Windholmers are gone.
Oh, thank the Guardians. I heard the fighting earlier. I told Iban it wasn't safe to stay in the town, but he insisted it was fine. So, why are you here? What do you want?
I'm looking for information about Jerfina. The others said you were the last one who saw her.
Oh, yes, I was with her. We were making our way out of the village when some rubble fell on her. I swear, I heard the soldiers chasing us, and there wasn't any time, so I...
You left her behind?
Look, I had to, right? General Noria's soldiers were on our heels, and they would have killed us both if I'd stayed with her. And no, I'm not proud of what I did. I pray every day for the Guardian's forgiveness.
If you're ashamed of what you did, you could have lied. Why tell me the truth?
Why? Because I still have nightmares about that moment. I could see the look on her face. She knew, and yet her eyes were pleading. She was scared. I've prayed to the Guardians every day to take away this burden, and now here you are with your questions. There's no point in running from the truth.
You did what you had to in the moment to survive. No one can fault you for that.
Can't they? I keep telling myself that it was better this way. She had the blood burn, you know. We all saw what happened to its victims.
So she would have died either way.
Yes. And yet, knowing that doesn't make me feel any better. Why do you want to know about her anyway?
Her brother asked me to find out what happened to her. All he wants is closure.
So that's why he sent that tracker after us. Well, tell him she died a hero. The blood burn, the rubble, he doesn't need to know that. What matters is she saved us.
I'll keep that in mind.
Right. Anyway, I should go find the others. Thanks again for saving us from the Windholmers. Guardians watch over you, General.
Well, at least the ambassador will get some closure.
Are you going to tell him the full story? Sometimes the truth digs deeper wounds.
I'll think about it.
The journey back to Greykeep is uneventful. At the nightly campfires, you overhear your men discussing the events of your mission. While there is anger and disbelief, there is also something else. Fear. Only 3 years have passed since the last war. You can't allow another.
Over here. Out of the way. Go ahead. This way.
If it isn't the puny paleskin, yes?
So, you're a smith for the orcish part of...
I chose to lend my divine skills to the Wolfguard, yes.
I see. You called Greykeep a lair of Cretans. How come you left Barga Gore to come here then? To help Circle Mage Gore and the Wolfguard, I take it?
What? Oh, no. The Wolfguard are sweet, but let's just say I'm suffering for my art.
What do you mean?
Well, back in Barga Gore, I made an axe for the chieftain's cousin. High quality as always. The idiot takes it on a hunt and embarrasses himself. Anyway, he comes back and starts yelling at me that I gave him a faulty axe.
Did you?
Of course not. These hands are incapable of subpar work. So yes, I tell him to go roast in the flames of Barga Gore. But he's unrelenting. Finally, he says, try swinging it at me. You'll see how useless it is.
Please don't tell me you...
He was asking for it. And you know what they say, customer is king.
That's one way of looking at it. So you killed him?
I'm not crazy, General. I just chopped off his right hand. In a single swing, too, in case you had doubts about the axe.
A single swing? That is a good axe.
Thank you. At least you have some sense. Anyway, turns out the chieftain did not appreciate me teaching his idiot cousin a lesson. The ungrateful sod banished me, after years of making weapons for his army. And that's how I ended up in this bloody place. Terrific story, isn't it? Well, at least they appreciate my talent around here.
Oh, that's quite a story, Burgle. Why exactly do you need the essence of a vengeful
Ugh, I knew it. Human nature, I suppose.
Excuse me?
Look, puny paleskin, I appreciate your interest in my work, but you can't just go asking people to give up their trade secrets. Do you go up to the cook and ask her what her secret ingredient is?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Typical paleskins. What's that human saying? Curiosity murdered the pig and baked it into a pie?
You mean curiosity killed the
Bottom line, don't be a pig, puny paleskin. And don't be a pie.
So, about my relic.
What about it? I need spirit essence.
Right. I'll go get some. Here's that spirit essence you...
Splendid! Just give me a moment, and prepare yourself. My wares are known to blow the wearer's minds.
I'm sure I'll be impressed.
No, I'm not speaking metaphorically. Looking at Burgle's fine craftsmanship is known to cause aneurysms in my clients.
How often does that happen?
More often than you think. But, what is life without a touch of risk and adventure? I can craft you different variants, choose which one suits you, and then brace yourself. Here it is, the Relic to rule them all. Its magical properties will surely help you dominate anyone on the battlefield. Ah, and take this too. It's a little byproduct from my crafting. With it, you can burn corpses to your heart's content. No oil required.
I don't want to...
Well met. Oh, Sarak's fangs. Wait, if you happen to stumble upon more grudge-bearing spirits, bring me their essence. I might be able to hammer even more power into your trinket.
Okay. Thank you, Burgle. I have to be...
Yes, yes. Do as you please. Now, back to work.
The Throne Hall, the inviolable inner sanctum of Greykeep. Here lies Nortender's seat of power.
Stay close. All right. Time to report to Her Majesty.
Over here. This way.
Restore Windwall to its former glory. This is worse than I thought.
I don't get it. And the people actually buy into this rubbish?
I am not surprised. King Rorik was never popular. He was a bad ruler, volatile and cruel. It is not half as bad as this Arrakis makes it out to be, but Windholm did suffer under him. It is only logical to long for a savior after a period of hardship.
We should send an emissary. Maybe we can resolve this through diplomacy.
We tried this while you were gone. The gate guards sent our diplomat right back, and made it very clear that they have no intention of listening to human lies anymore.
Oh, well, that takes care of that. Is this really our responsibility? Shouldn't we let the dwarves resolve this matter on their own?
Dracot was the second time they have attacked Nortander, and it might not be the last. I will think on the matter. Either way, you did well, General. There is one more matter I want you to look into for your proving, and it's of equal importance. Skadar?
Sure, I'll make it short. I believe that the entity Rondala Kane mistook for Aenir is attempting to re-enter our world.
The God of Light.
You don't sound too surprised.
I had a suspicion. Anyway, please keep going.
Of course. General Erev, have you ever heard of the Tapestry of Souls?
No.
It's a pattern. Every sentient creature has a spark of magic, a flame linked directly to the Archfire, the essence of life. I've noticed a change in this pattern, an irregularity, if you will.
You're well informed about this. How come?
Well, probably because it's my profession. Before I became an exile, I studied the... how should I put it? The ethereal aspects of life. Birth and death, the miracle of consciousness, the nature of reality. There is far more to the world than the eye can see.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
Maybe, but they are all of a similar nature. Phenomena that cannot be grasped by observation alone.
Iria. The Circle and the Greykeep scholars have surely researched the God of Light after the Purity, haven't they? What do you know about it?
Very little. It's an entity from a place between realities that will devour a world once it enters it. Also, several religions and myths mention it, especially those from the early days of Io. An ancient god, in other words. There's a promising lead we're currently following, but it's too early to tell yet.
Now you've sparked my interest.
Did you just say a place between realities?
Right. I always forget that so few people know about this.
That's because these other realities hardly affect our own world. People care only as far as their eyes can see. But yes, General, there is more than just our reality. Billions of them, to be precise. Some of them alike, others so alien that our minds couldn't even grasp them. But this is a complicated topic. If you want to know more, we can talk later.
I see. What kind of irregularity did you observe?
Hard to describe. In keeping with the metaphor, if every living being is a flame, then the entirety of life would be millions of lights in darkness. Lately, lights are dying out in a strange pattern. Entire clusters all at once.
Battles, maybe?
In battles, people die one after another. In quick succession, maybe, but not all at once. This isn't the case here. Imagine 50 candles standing next to each other, all smothered by a sudden fist.
And what makes you think these vanishings have anything to do with the God of Light?
Well, that's hard to describe to a layman. Roughly put, they are similar to what happened in the Tapestry of Souls when Rondar Lacane opened the tear back in the Purity Wars to let the God of Light into our world. It was like something shifted. But while that shift was like an earthquake back then, these vanishings feel like little tremors.
No offense, but that sounds a bit esoteric.
It's not, though. Back then, I felt that shift too. And it's true that something's been off since a couple of months now.
If it eases your skepticism, the mages of the Greyfall University shared a similar concern with us recently. I would not pursue this if I considered it nonsense. Something is happening, and so far, Skadar is the only one with a trail.
Could the dwarves be behind this soul vanishing? High Hierophant Ericus?
I doubt it. The only magic dwarves are capable of is earth-shaping. And even if they were able to tamper with the Tapestry of Souls, I don't see what they'd gain from it. That isn't to say that you're wrong. I just don't think it's likely.
Could that catatonic dwarf in Windwall have been a victim of this irregularity? He seemed, well, soulless.
I had the same thought when I saw him, though he did still have bits of his soul left. In other words, it might be related to the matter, or it might not be.
Why didn't you tell us then?
Because it was, and still is, a hypothesis. Also, our mission wasn't to investigate the soul vanishing, rather than to deal with those mad dwarves.
Fair enough. Let me summarize. You think the God of Light is planning a return into our world, and it shows through an irregularity in the Tapestry of Souls?
That's correct.
And you're here because you want to stop him?
I took the liberty to assume that's what we all want, so yes. But if you need another incentive to pursue this, I think finding the cause of the vanishings can also help the Crown to put another matter at rest. Tahar's death.
How?
Well, Tahar was killed while investigating rumors of disappearances around small villages, correct? As it happens, I only recently observed another occurrence of this soul vanishing in a village in La, the Dark Elven realm.
You think Tahar's death and these vanishings are connected?
It's a possibility.
Even if there is no connection, Skadar is right. Investigating this threat is in all our interests. General Arev, you and the Wolf Guard will examine this recent case of the soul vanishing in Lar. Try to find out what is behind this, and whether it is indeed connected to the God of Light, or maybe even to Tahar. Wraith Skadar and his mercenaries will accompany you.
Mercenaries?
The Black Company.
What do we need mercenaries for? The Wolfguard has troops.
Well, I have reason to believe that this mission will require a specific set of skills which your men don't possess. Dark Elven skills, if you want. And don't worry, as I have a personal interest in seeing this matter resolved, I have already accounted for the expenses, at least for this mission.
It is better this way. Moving a Nortandian battalion into Dark Elven territory would be a political tightrope act. If it's just contractors, well, no one can prove that they are working for us.
But why do you need the Crown's help for this? Why not ask your own people instead?
Because he has been exiled.
Correct. I have abandoned my role in the Exalted Father's realm, and even though I would deal with this threat myself, it exceeds my means. Which is why I came here for help.
And why make this your responsibility?
Because the end of the world would affect me as much as it would affect you. I'm not an idealist, General Erev, but this threat is too big for anyone to ignore.
How come you abandoned your country?
Personal reasons.
I understand.
Good.
Isn't it risky to send the Wolfguard after another case of disappearances?
Yes, it is. One more reason to stay vigilant.
What if the Purity is behind both? The Vanishings and Tahar's death?
It's possible, though I don't see how they would accomplish that. Also, their goal was to bring Aenir into the world, not the God of Light.
Perhaps they worship this new god.
I doubt it, but we'll find out soon enough.
What is the Black Company?
Dark Elven ex-military. They are new on the market. But for what it's worth, their leader is an acquaintance of mine, so I know they are reliable.
The village is about a week's journey from here, so you and the company will set out as soon as possible. Go there and find out what happened. This audience is concluded.
Go ahead.
General, did you...
I did.
And? Do they know what happened to her?
She died helping them escape. Even when some of them made it out, she stayed behind to help others.
That sounds like her. She really is gone then.
You were hoping she was still alive?
No, maybe. You never know until you know, right? I guess that's what hope is sometimes. Wishing when it doesn't make any sense. It's only a delusion if you're wrong. Thank you for this, General. Knowing she saved people, it helps. Please excuse me now. I need some time.
Of course.
Thank you. Tiara's light, General.